Hi, my name is Jordy, and I work on Haus Magazine with my friend Audrey.
I'm Jordan's friend Audrey. I also work in the magazine with my friend Jordan.
How y'all feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
That was, whoever commented on it, they're like, yeah, you're way more talkative now than you were before you went in.
Yeah, there's a bit of a rush, right?
Yeah.
And
That's true.
You get some dopamine, and
Yeah.
Shock.
No, really, it freezes just like your brain, like your thought process.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything.
Like interact.
Yeah.
Okay, House. So y'all mentioned you were kind of looking forward to this because you're normally the ones doing the interviews, and now you're being interviewed. I'm excited about that because sometimes I worry about asking questions that have already been asked. Is there a question you all are asked a lot about your work with House?
People ask like, why do we do it?
Mm-hmm.
Just introductory questions like that.
People ask what House is a lot of times too.
Yeah.
And that can be kind of hard to explain because while it is like a DIY magazine and we do sell it at shows, it kind of talks about way more than just local music and stuff.
Yeah, what's your vision for it? What are you trying to capture?
First of all, I think we started the magazine out of sort of a love for the scene and sort of creative spaces in the DMV and local crafts, right?
Yeah.
Local music, we love, we adore local artists, local spaces. There's so many people who contribute like so immensely to those kinds of spaces. And I guess just like out of love, we really wanted to reflect and give back almost, you know? And I think we don't really have a very concrete theme at all, but we try to keep it all inclusive. And so I guess the theme is just like almost the diversity you find living in this kind of region and like the people here, the communities.
You talk about kind of falling in love with the people and the places and the bands. Did either of you have sort of a formative experience when you were first exposed to the scene where you fell in love with it?
Yeah, I moved up here for college 2.5 years ago. I'm not from Maryland at all. I moved up from Houston, Texas, and I went to high school there. I got really invested in sort of like just local music, but also hardcore and DIY ethics too. There's sort of like a whole framework you can really adopt through that. And I moved up here and I didn't have any friends or anything, right? I didn't have anything to grab onto. And it felt really natural for me to seek out those kinds of spaces that I knew from my years in high school. And I think community like that is difficult to find, people with common interests, starting from like ground zero, like nothing.
Yeah, you knew no one.
No.
Jeez.
And it's so pro-social, these kinds of environments you see at shows at venues. It's so accepting, it's so interactive. Through that kind of like live music, local shows scene pipeline, it's significantly easier to find people that you can be invested in than I think a lot of other methods would be.
It's also a good way to find people that I find like interesting and engaging.
Yeah.
And that have sort of a different way of thinking and just like the way that they. I don't know. Somebody who goes to DIY shows, it's a very interesting character.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
And I love interacting with that type because I am also that type. At least for me, kind of back to the question, what was my like formative moment in the scene? It was less of through DIY music and more through marching band. I did marching band all throughout high school, and I did this thing called drum corps.
Oh yeah, like DCI?
Yes, I did DCI. I did Blue Stars.
Damn, okay.
But I played tuba, and so I got just so addicted to performing through that.
Yeah.
And just like I love performance, and so when I got home and stopped doing all that, I was just like, how do I still find that? How do I find the community through music? And so DIY really was that for me.
Yeah, those feel like very different flavors of performance. Where drum corps is so angular and rehearsed, and I think of DIY music as very throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. But they both resonate with you. Like, what do you think is common there, and what is different there?
Like performing my own music and rehearsing that definitely really goes into it. Like just like the way that my band like rehearses and works and the way that we kind of like interact with each other is more, like rehearse. We're like, all right, we have to do this 5 times in a row. We got to do it with a metronome. We got to do it all, like that. But then when I get to house, it's nice to be able to just let things stick to the wall. So there is like a difference, but it's kind of combining the two and using it to like be its own kind of like together.
It's like a yin and yang type thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you need both. That really resonated with me. Being around interesting, odd people, I think, brings out a part of me that's always there that sometimes just gets subdued. Yeah. And then you feel kind of icky until you realize, oh, there's a part of me that's just trying to kind of get out. Talking about the magazine a little more, how do you decide what to put in it?
I called myself the Mia Wallace of Haus Magazine.
The Mia Wallace.
The Anna Wintour.
Anna Wintour, oh my gosh.
Not Mia Wallace.
Oh my gosh. No, you're right with names like that. Anna Wintour, like the Vogue lady. Like the scary lady who runs Vogue magazine.
Love it.
We'll get an image of her up.
Like a Devil Wears Prada and stuff. And she's really evil and she's really judgmental and she tells you, you know, which dresses are cool and which ones are not cool.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel in like a really weird way.
You give a bit of that vibe, I think.
I don't think I cast judgment on anything, but we're like the arbiters of what's magazine worthy and what isn't. Because it's there's no like concrete really idea, right? It's we do intuitive, like intuition based.
What isn't magazine worthy?
Stuff that is not stuff that is low quality, but stuff that doesn't have effort. Like if it's something that's lacking effort, and I think that it's not that. I also look for things that are eye catching, because it's difficult to be a critic of something you don't fully understand.
Yeah.
And I think that the best way to get around that is to just do things that I find like eye catching or ear catching. When we were starting out, I would do a playlist. I'd make a playlist every week and find a bunch of local artists. And I was listening through like their EPs and their music, and I was just listening for the one that I thought was like the most ear catching, not the one I liked the most, because I think that more resonant with a bigger group of people.
And ultimately, I don't think it's our job to really be judges or critics. I mean, we're not like educated either in that way. We try to reflect something genuine and honestly, and if we see something that, you know, looks like it's soulful, then that's valuable, right? And I love to see stuff like that. Like
because you can see the difference between something that doesn't have as much effort put into it versus somebody who's new to it. Those are two very different.
And we have a spectrum of like the kind of stuff we put on. At the end of the day, it's also all local and it's all DIY. Like we're not asking for like production value or anything at all. And with a lot of the like written pieces, we just get sent raw text, and then we're the ones who edit it in and make the visuals and everything.
Okay.
So, I mean, if anything, we're like the translators.
Like
right? We translate like raw data into magazine, and that's our job, rather than being a mentor.
Yeah.
Even though it feels like that sometimes. Yeah.
One of my favorite sections in an early magazine you did was the Virgin of the Month.
Oh yeah.
We do that every issue.
You still have the Virgin of the Month?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Virgin of the Month. Kind of my favorite part.
It's such a stupid. Originally, it was us just clowning on our one friend, not even for being a virgin, but just I don't know. I just wanted to clown on him that month, and that's what that came up like.
You've been delegated to seeking out virgins. Like that's part of the bit now because we need a virgin every month.
We do.
And I think about virgin demographics. Like I'm really trying to find a woman virgin because we've only had men so far, and it's
trying to diversify our virgin portfolio. You know, you really can't be investing in the same virgins time and time again. What if the market crashes?
I think female virgins are so used to being sacrificed for rituals that they're not used to just being interviewed.
Elevated.
So, we need to flip the script.
Exactly. We kill them. We set the narrative. Yeah.
House sacrificed.
Exactly. Our plan for our first crime.
Big event on the roof, lightning strike.
Yeah.
Like blood pouring.
Oh, yeah.
Like cool sacrifice.
But where'd the body go?
Sound effects. Like dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, there's like a little creek in our backyard. That's where the body can go.
Oh, okay. I was kind of imagining sort of like a religious, what's like a founding story, like the body is gone. Where'd it go? Into the ether.
It arises, like,
it's in the magazine.
It's in the spirit of the magazine. That's actually how we make it.
Yeah,
so it's a skin leather bound, right?
That's why these things cost $400.
Yeah. Expensive. Collector's edition. Limited.
Kind of sticky.
There's like hair.
So we've got your latest issue of Haus Magazine here, and I love the cover. You have your transmitters, or rather, transmit blockers activated.
Yeah.
You don't want them getting into you.
You don't want them getting into you.
No.
You don't know what'll happen.
You really don't.
This is serious.
They probably already gotten, like...
Oh, we're dead.
There's a little bit.
Are we?
We're dead right now.
We shouldn't...
Like as good as gone
We should not
at
be
this
going in
point.
public with it.
No. As soon as we took this off, it was over.
Yeah.
It's over.
We originally tried to do the photo shoot for the cover. The idea was to have us in a grocery store, and we just didn't get any good photos. But we were walking around in a grocery store for 30 minutes with that on our heads, and people thought we were crazy. People were coming up to us like, "Why do you have that on? You were a nut job." And I felt like a nut. Like I actually. Like in the parking lot, in the grocery store, somebody came up to us and asked if we could make them one.
Yeah, we made a lady a hat. she was hip to it. She knew what was up.
Yeah.
You know?
She knew that they're trying to get us.
If I see a group of people who look well informed and intelligent, and they make their own little tinfoil hats, right? I trust that source.
Maybe they're onto something.
And that's what I'm saying, you know? And we are the well informed, intelligent people here.
If Haus had unlimited funding for a day,
oh my God, infinite money.
Yeah, what would you do?
Bouncy castle.
Yeah. Dude, I'd buy everything.
I would buy. There's like new house for like better space for hosting, definitely. Oh, we've been joking about house phone. Did you get
we
house
have the
phone?
house phone. No, not yet, but we're getting it in the mail. This is a new announcement, house phone. We bought a phone, we're gonna get a plan for it, so we have a phone number. We're gonna blast it everywhere.
Yes.
And so the idea is that you can just call us.
Mm-hmm.
We just have
Such
a
a good
phone.
idea. Yeah.
And you can just call us.
So if I
We'll pick up.
if I had even more money, I'd buy 2 house phones.
2 house phones.
Wow.
And we'll switch between one another. Oh wait, someone always carries the house phone. I think it's very human. I think it's personable.
Yeah.
I think it's cute. House phone. It'll be the magazine.
It's more like outdated media too, kind of like the magazine. It's
Yeah, we're kind of
self-paced.
into that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like outdated media just in general, it lacks efficiency in a way that exactly makes it better
Mm-hmm.
for connecting.
Yeah.
Because it slows you down.
When you have limitations, I think it's more conducive to creativity. You have to work around it. I think it's easier to have like a starting off point almost, and that is oftentimes your limitation. Physical media is incredibly limited, right? I wish I could audio in my magazine. Or
That would be
if we had
cool.
infinite money, I'd invent audio magazine.
Audio
Yeah.
magazine.
Audio magazine, yeah.
Sure.
I've thought about doing
We've
like
done that,
a
yeah.
house CD. Like you get the CD with the magazine,
Mm.
and then it's like a bunch of songs from local bands that we like, and maybe it ties into the page, or maybe it's who we interview.
Love
I
that.
think that would be really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Where can people find your magazine if they want to read it?
We do in person. If you see us at a show, recognize our face. We'll give you one in exchange for money. And then, but we also have an online shop. It's in our link tree in our bio on Instagram. It's pretty easy. We'll ship them out to you.
killer.
Get them at your door.
Damn.
And yeah, one time someone I was gonna deliver someone a magazine. She never gave us her address, and I just figured it out. And then I showed up and I gave it to her.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, this borders on
Yeah.
too much. But we're really invested in making our
Community.
yeah, the client's always right, the customer's always right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is there anything else listeners should know about that you want to just get out into the world?
House loves you.
House loves
That's
you.
something to say.
Meat is murder.
Mean is murder. Take a ice bath.
Take a nice
I
bath.
recommend it. It's fun.
Not while you're
Afterwards-
doing it.
Yeah. Right now, it's fun.
Yeah, you feel good.
And
Support local music.
Support local music. Go to a show. I don't know.
That's some great advice. I love all of that.
Yeah. Oh, wear protection.
Yeah, tinfoil
Wear
hat.
protection. Tinfoil hat.
Cool. I think we got everything.
Yeah.